Jerusalema, ikhaya lami.
You are listening to Lagoon Radio.
Uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami. Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana.
You're welcome to the Workplace Series Show on Lagoon Radio. My name is Lawrence Itora. I want to officially welcome you to the Workplace Series Show on Lagoon Radio. You know, every Wednesday, Itora Lawrence is always here, to anchor the Workplace Series Show. What exactly is the Workplace Series Show? This is where we talk about the workplace, everything about the workplace, what happens between the 9 to 5 hour, and what happens even after 5 p.m. Yes, we are here. This is what we talk about every single time. And interestingly, today is the 15th day of September 2021, and 5 minutes just walked past the hour of 11 in the studio. If you're yet to listen to us on all our on our platforms, it's important you do that. Listen to the Workplace Series Show, via our website www.Lagoonradio.Ng. You can follow us on all our social media platforms. Lagoon Radio Nigeria on Facebook, Lagoonradio.Ng on Instagram. And of course, you can download our app on Google Play Store. We have shows Monday to Sunday. Our presenters are here standing by. Today is a different Wednesday on the Workplace Series Show. We are hosting 13 brands, from 15th September to the 8th of December 2021. 13 brands will come to the show to talk about, their products and services. It's actually a PR service, and we are hosting these 13 unique brands, CEOs, personalities, brand managers. We want to see products and services. Amazing people are doing amazing work, even outside the studio. And it's important we bring them to the show. And I'll be here for the 13 weeks. Ito Lawrence will be here hosting these 13 brands. And one of the brands that, of course, is starting today's show is Rev'd Global Limited. I have Olumakaiye Emmanuel in the studio. We are going to be looking at renewable energy solutions for workplace productivity. I'm happy to host Olumakaiye Emmanuel in the studio. Olumakaiye, how are you doing?
I am doing very fine.
Before we talk about the topic of today and what exactly we have for you, I'd love you to stay close to Lagoon Radio, stay close to the Workplace Series Show. We'll go on the short break. When we come back, we'll talk about the topic exactly. How does renewable energy got to do with workplace productivity? What exactly are we talking about today? And what exactly is Rev'd, product and services? That's what we're going to talk about today. I want you to stay close to Lagoon Radio, stay close to the Workplace Series Show. I will be right back.
Jerusalema, ikhaya lami. Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilonoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana, dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana, ilonoloze.
This is Lagoon Radio.
You're welcome back to the Workplace Series Show on Lagoon Radio. I want to say thank you so much for everyone listening to us. I know before I came on air, a lot of people were sending me messages. Tori, I'll be listening to you. I want to say thank you so much. And if you've not called your CEO, your HR, any recruiter, or your colleague is important to you, tell them to listen to us via our website, www.LagoonRadio.Ng. For the next 13 weeks, I will be hosting amazing brands in the studio. And I want every brand to be part of this. Even though you've not registered with us, it's important you know, call us. Do well to send a mail at the workplace_series on Instagram. We will be there, you know, responding to all your messages. And if you want to be part of this, you know, show for the next 13 weeks, in fact, 1 week is taken already. So the remaining 12 weeks, we are here to attend to your needs. Yes, before I went on that break, I told you that our topic is renewable energy solutions for workplace productivity. And my guest is in the studio, Omolaja Emmanuel is the co-founder of Rev'd Global Limited. And we know the thing about my guest and what he does or what his company is doing is the fact that they are meeting a need. What exactly is a need? We know that in Nigeria, we are still trying to get 24 hours supply of electricity. Is sad, but I think that's just the reality. We hope that in 5 years to come, the government will be able to do this part of the sector. It will make it stable for everyone to enjoy. And when it comes to productivity, I discovered also that a lot of employees, even workplaces, are not, you know, productive because of light issue or let's say electricity power supply. I remember those days when I was working in a particular company, and we have paid for service, you know, we've paid the service charge, but you know, sometimes the generator will not work, this thing will not, you know, a lot of stories just come up every single day. If we had this particular show before now, I'm sure my CEO will have, you know, tapped into the blessing of Rev'd Global Limited. And another thing I want to say is that when in the scripture where we heard that you know, I say let there be light, and there was light. I think Rev'd decided to tap into that, and we are happy to host Omolaja Emmanuel to the show. How are you doing again?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for having me too.
Yes. So tell me exactly, Rev'd Global Limited. When I first met you via the LinkedIn, and remember when we did a lot of Zoom meetings, and I was so amazed at the work you and your team you guys are doing. And I specifically told you that you are meeting this is a huge market. It's a big market in Nigeria. And for you to come up with an idea like this, definitely the world needs to hear you. What exactly is Rev'd into? Tell me about it.
Okay, so Rev'd is a renewable energy company, basically, and our goal is to increase energy access across Nigeria. Nigeria currently has an average power generation capacity of about 12 gigawatts, but on an average, you know, on an hourly basis, the average generation is about 4 gigawatts of power.
Yeah.
But the estimated demand of power is around 80 gigawatts, which means that what Nigeria currently generates is about 5% of what we actually need to be able to, power everyone 24 hours. And so there's need for solutions like the one we offer. That's one. Then another thing is that, there have been countries who, like China, who have tried to, solve this issue by going for various means, but some of these options they've been going for are not very healthy for the environment or even the people. And so there's a need to turn to actual renewable energy sources that are more environmentally friendly and also, promote sustainable living. And that's what we're doing. So we offer renewable energy services. We install solar PV systems and also build products for, for people to be able to have electricity supply in their homes. We started basically with just, powering homes and businesses, but we realized during the lockdown period, COVID-19 period, our operation was really impacted. We couldn't really, continue our operation because, there was restrictions on movements and all. So we thought about a way we could actually, help people. And one thing we discovered is that most people now most people had to start working from home, and that was when it actually dawned on everyone that one of the reasons why people have not really been feeling this is because most of us probably even sleep at work. We're able to charge our phones and gadgets and stuff. But now that you have to, work from home, it means that you actually need, you have to find a way to solve the problem of electricity supply since most of your gadgets are powered by electricity. And so a lot of people started reaching out, and we realized that we had marginalized a particular sector, which was basically like tech community, the young guys, who really use gadgets a lot and stuff. And we wanted to solve this problem, and we started to do a lot of researches and all, and we built an amazing product called Renare Classic, which we've been using to, power developers and tech guys, designers since last year, September now, and they've been enjoying the system. So basically, our goal is to help, profile renewable energy students, to help, power people, give them reliable electricity supply, and help increase their productivity, basically.
Okay, the interesting part is for those that are listening to me, if you are at the office right now and you're having issues with power supply, I think you need to tell your CEO to listen to us, because this is a show that you really need to know as the government is working on putting things in place for 24 hours supply in Nigeria. What is your organization putting in place for that, for productivity? Is it a situation where you depend on, the 3 hours supply in your organization, or you depend totally on generators? I'm not totally, condemning that, but I'm trying to say that for a company like Rev'd Global Limited that's come today on the show, I'm sure they have something for every organization to be able to assess alternative power supply. And I'm sure as someone that I work remotely, and I know the need for having 24-hour supply. Someone like me, Emmanuel, I work remotely.
Yeah.
What will you advise me to have now? Because in the area I live, sometimes the situation. I shouldn't be saying that on the show. The situation. Sometimes you can be very frustrated. You have a meeting, you have Zoom meeting by 3:00, and your battery is 4%. You cannot attend that meeting. You cannot do so many things.
Yeah.
What, using your products, advise me.
Okay.
What do I need to do?
Yeah. So basically, we have, like I said initially, we realized we had marginalized a particular sector of the Nigerian market. Our goal is not just to, power a set of people. Our goal is to actually solve problems, and we realized that we needed to do more in order to be able to solve these particular problems. So we have systems ranging from different capacities, 1 kVA, 2 kVA, and what those numbers just basically means are the capacity of those systems to power various appliances. So for various people in their home, some might actually require fan, like systems that can power fans. Some might want to power stuff like freezer, fridge. Some others might also want to power AC. So these different people they are in different classes of customers, and so you have to design a system that can actually solve problems for these various people. But so why I said we had marginalized is because most of the solutions we had before then, we didn't really have one that could solve basic needs. Basic needs like just maybe TV, fan, and laptop. That's just people that those are like their most critical appliances, and they don't really have budget for a lot of they don't really have that much money to say okay they want to go for high-end systems, and that's just because what they really need to power is not so high. So we saw the need to actually build a product for that particular purpose. The existing ones were not really solving that problem, and that was when we built the Rev'd Classic system. So Rev'd Classic system is basically a compact solar energy solution, and I'm going to tell you why the product is really amazing. We considered various things to build it. So one of the things about our other systems is that we have to place various components in your homes and would require a considerably large space for it. But we realized that for most guys, like the tech guys, the youths, most of them just stay in a one-bedroom apartment, and they don't really have much space for stuff like that. So it was a dilemma. It was between us, trying to create a solution that could power their appliances, give them very good number of hours, but at the same time should not take much space. And so we made sure that we built something that was plug and play. You could use it where you want to use it, and you could also easily disconnect it and take it to anywhere for an emergency, as a power solution. And that thing about the product that makes it really amazing is that it does not just power specific appliances, it powers a wider range. So aside being able to power some stuff like laptop, phone, and your TV, it can also power stuff like blender. We know people like to blend food. So if you work from home now, a lot of people just want to just blend something, and so it can power blender. And basically someone like me, I hate washing clothes with my hands. So we made sure that it could also power something like washing machine. So and we intend to continue to improve the product to be able to accommodate even more appliances. And so if you come to me and you're like, okay, I just want something that can help me work effectively, increase my productivity at home, be able to power my gadgets like laptop, TV, fans and stuff, I would definitely advise that you just go for the Rev'd Classic system.
Amazing. Organizations are yet to listen to us. I hope your colleague is listening to tell your CEO that there is a particular product that can power appliances at home. So as an employee, I am with my laptop. I want to take fruit. I want to blend my fruit. It's important I have this Rev'd Classic, right? Okay, amazing. I would love to go on the short break. When I come back, I have a particular question to ask Omolaja, but that will be after the short break. Stay close to Lago Radio. Stay close to the Workplace TV show. I will be right back.
A child in the distance, playing in the rain, the sweet sound of water flowing away, a construction worker coming home from work, two parents and their children going to church, a happy little baby drools on your shirt. What an extraordinary day. Let us have a world of
This is Lagoon Radio.
living life the way God wants us to. And if we have a world of ordinary people, extraordinary things will happen to me and you. Just a man, but he'd kill his son for the price of a lamb. And let us consider ordinary Job, who lost it all, but in God
You're welcome back to the Workplace Series Show on Lago Radio. My name is Lawrence Ito, and I have my guest in the studio, Omolaja Emmanuel, the co-founder of Rev'd Global Limited. And you've heard what he said. There is a product that would empower all your appliances. So if you're working remotely, the remote working, started, the method started last year, and if you're concerned about making sure that you're productive at the workplace, even as you work from home, then you should key into Rev'd Light Classic. That's a product that powers almost all the appliances at your house, at your home. And first of all, I would like to commend Rev'd. When I saw the initiative and most of the project they've done very, very well. I must really commend their team. It's not really that easy to have business in Nigeria, but nevertheless,
Thank you.
congratulations, Rev'd Limited. All right, I want to ask you, I'm so concerned about safety.
Okay.
Yes, workplace safety is one of my concerns on the Workplace Series Show. I love the fact that people can go to work and still be safe, apart from, robbery and the rest. I mean, air-wise. How is your product helping to enhance that safety environment?
Okay. So I have so many stories about this.
Okay.
And maybe I should just start with this. So personally, before I even got to know about anything called solar, fortunately, I come from a state where, at some point, we barely had 10 hours of electricity supply in a month. So we weren't so used to having electricity from the grid. I depended mostly on using lanterns and stuff to read, because I think I used to read a lot. So I remember a day my dad was trying to put on a small generator, this normal, very small generator at home, and he just made a very loud noise from outside, and I was like, "Whoa, what's this?" We all ran outside, and he was dangling his hand in a certain way. I didn't really understand what went wrong. But it was later I realized that somehow it got, electric shock through the small generator, and it was in the process of trying to, switch it on. But well, luckily for us, it wasn't so bad. And that was when I knew, okay, to an extent, we have to find a way to deal with this stuff. And basically, personally as well, I've had times when I would want to work on a generator at home, and I forget that I'm washing a plug with fuel. We do this thing, we want to wash plug, and it's matchstick, and you've forgotten that the keg is just right beside you. So there's a lot that happens. There's a lot that that happens when you're actually using these stuffs. And that's one major problem we're actually trying to solve with our Rev'd Classic systems and our other solar PV systems. We are trying to improve workplace safety as well. And so there was a report. This has happened several times. So, okay, let me even talk about climate change generally. So one of the reasons why the world currently is actually moving towards renewable energy is because if you notice, there has been an increase in temperature of generally our environment, just because of the amount of carbon that is being emitted. So what carbon does is that it goes into the atmosphere and captures it and eats the surrounding environment, and it makes things very uncomfortable. But aside carbon, people might feel like, we are in Nigeria, Joe. Let us just to have power. Let us have power first before you start talking about climate change or no climate change. Now, aside carbon, there's actually something else that is even more dangerous than carbon dioxide, and that thing is called carbon monoxide. It's called by incomplete combustion of engines. And if you've been checking the news, you find out that something happened in Kwara State just this year around June, where a family placed their generator right beside their window, and they all slept and never woke up, as in the entire family. This has happened in several states. You can go online and check it. So the reason why things like that happen is because, one, carbon monoxide is colorless, it is odorless, and it is tasteless. So you don't even know you are inhaling it. And it goes straight into the bloodstream and replaces the oxygen. More like sort of like a permanent reaction. And you know. So when you are sleeping and you place a generator close to you and you're inhaling it, you won't even know. One of the things I also found out about is that it goes straight into the brain and kills the part of you that senses pain. So it's more like a sort of death that you don't even know about. And we inhale these things every day.
Slowly.
But yeah. So but there's a certain amount of concentration that that those people inhale before it leads to death. And there are a lot of people who some place their generators in their house because they're trying to avoid theft. Some just place it beside. There are a lot of people that in Lagos here, for example, you could enter into a building with like 9 houses and everybody have generators lined up, all producing both carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. And so, we have to find ways to remove these things because they are both harmful to the environment and harmful to even human beings directly. And these are problems that renewable energy systems are solving. Your solar panel is on your roof. Let's use Renewable Classic, it's just in your room and it doesn't even make noise. Someone we were spoken to, I was talking to one of, because I talk to customers that use Renewable Classic a lot. And one of the things, he mentioned, I think we have various interviews like this on our YouTube page. One of the things he said is that he doesn't like to code or work in a very noisy environment. Yeah. And that's one of the benefits, he enjoys from being able to use Renewable Classic. He's able to work without any noise. People are used to hearing noise anytime there is no NEPA and stuff. But, so in terms of health, it's helping to protect health. You don't have to bother about inhaling carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide. In terms of even, workplace productivity, some people can't work well under noise. Yeah. And, it's silent. And so, we in terms of safety, it offers that high safety rating. You don't have to be bothered about, pollution or any sort of thing. So when you get a system like a solar system or a classic, you are both helping the environment and helping yourself because you are stopping a certain amount of carbon monoxide from going into the atmosphere. You are stopping a certain amount of carbon dioxide from going into the atmosphere, and you also help yourself by being able to stay from noise. And lastly, the stress that goes into trying to put on the generator, like the case of my dad. All you need for like the Renewable Classic is just to flip a switch. Yeah. Some people will ask me after, if you finish installing systems, and you're like, is that all?
Is that all?
And you're like, that's all. Just flip the switch and the lights come on and you continue to use it. I see comments of some of our Renewable Classic users on there. Someone wrote at some point, I was like, I've been using my system for almost 10 hours to power my laptop and my, my fan, and my system has been on 100%. What's going on? Well, the sun is shining and your solar panel is producing power and it's charging, and of course you can use the system at night because there's an inbuilt battery storage that helps power you through the night. So it's like complete power solution for you. We have people who are using Renewable Classic at the moment. At least someone told me at some point that she totally stopped using NEPA when she realized that they were just ripping it off, and she didn't even really need the NEPA for anything. Like, she didn't even have to depend on the grid at all. It was unstable, but at the same time she didn't even need it because she was getting sufficient amount of power for her energy need from the Renewable Classic system, and she's not paying anything on a daily basis. She's not having to incur any cost. So
organizations that are concerned about workplace safety need to call Rev'd World Global Limited to talk about what they have, because if you are leaving your safe environment to come to work and you're not safe, is something that should be questioned, and organization should look into it. So Rev'd World has a solution to most of the problems we are facing, especially in Lagos. In Nigeria, we don't have 24 hours supply of power yet, but in the meantime, while the government is doing their bit, Rev'd World is doing their bit too. So you need to contact Rev'd World. Probably after the show, we'll ask for their contact address and all that information. But in the meantime, Rev'd World, tell me something about your organization that is making you stand out. We have a lot of solar renewable energy companies in Lagos, as in there are many. Yeah. What is making your organization stand out in the midst of this competition?
Okay, so first of all, I would say, we actually need more guys in the industry, as far as they are all doing it for the purpose of being able to offer quality service. So I remember in April, just for the concern of people being able to get quality service, we actually offer training to some other solar energy organizations, just so that they can really understand how to deploy systems effectively. Well, I would say one of the things that makes us stand out is that, number one, we constantly review our processes and try to get better. We offer very good quality service, and our customers can attest to that. One, two, our product, Renalite Classic, was actually, it's actually a unique product. It's not like any other thing you find in the market day, because it was when we built it here in Nigeria. Like, it's built here in Nigeria. It's not like something that will just come from somewhere. And it was built based on actual actually understanding what people actually really need in their homes. She get so we considered the fact that a lot of guys would want, like I said initially, a system that is compact.
Yeah.
We consider the fact that they want to power a wide range of appliances. We consider the cost factor.
Yeah.
So if you check our YouTube channel, because we were really curious to know why some people got our system, and we intervened, and it was like he checked for so many options, and it was like that this system can offer this much, and the price is so low, and so it was like okay, well, he has considered all his options, he has checked everything, and it was like, well, this is the best according to what he's seen. And it was like, let me just give it a try. He said he didn't even really have much hope on being able to get value. There's a general impression with, okay, if this system is low priced, then probably it's of a lower quality. And he got a product, and it worked amazingly well for him. He was able to solve all his problems, and he has brought so many other guys who also express same this thing, that why is that your price is so comparatively low compared to other things in the market. Are you able to offer way more value for this capacity? And so that's actually a problem we actually tried to solve. We wanted a system that was way affordable for people to get. At the same time, it's not just your phone. People use way more than phones and LED bulb. We wanted something that you can use with your existing home house wiring. So number one, it's compact. 2, it's affordable. 3, you don't have to change maybe your plans, maybe your TV from maybe an AC TV to a DC TV or something. You don't have to change all of those things. You use your existing appliances with the system, so it solves major problems that average people usually face when they are going for different compact energy systems. So it basically stands out because it was built for the community.
If you're listening to me, you know that these are the things you're looking out for when you talk about quality service, when you're talking about being affordable. These are the things you're looking for. And if you don't have another source of power supply at your home, it's important you key into this conversation, and of course contact Rev'd Global Limited. I would love to go on the short break. When I come back, I want to ask you the future of solar energy in Nigeria and other information that you would love to pass to our listeners. My name is Lawrence Ito. I'll go on the short break. When I come back, we'll talk more about Rev'd Global Limited, and of course Omolaja Emmanuel. Stay close to Lago Radio, stay close to the Workplace Series Show.
Baleka, 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 Kenya Osopini, Titi baleka, 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 Kenya Osopini, ezingizi, asifuni don, asifuni ngoko, baleka kha, baleka, Kenya Osopini, baleka, baleka, baleka,
kwimbutho zabagxeki ungumzalwane uthi utsala indlebe bo baleka ngeenyawo zombini baleka 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 ngeenyawo zombini ha esikolweni kuno-sugar date okwenzela everything baleka ngeenyawo zombini khandixelele kusizani
You
kuzuzikisa
are listening to
nazinto
Lagoon
zayo
Radio.
kushiya kuJehova.
You're welcome back to the Workplace Series Show on Lagoon Radio. I'm still excited that you're still listening to us on the show today. Don't forget that the Workplace Series is hosting 13 brands, on the show from today to December 8th is actually tagged 13 Brand Meet Radio. This is where 13 unique brands come to the show to tell us what they have to offer. Christmas is approaching and end of the year is approaching. I know that some brands have packages for their clients. This is the avenue to say that. This is the time to say what you want to say. Let the world hear you on the Workplace Series Show on Lagoon Radio. Before I went on that break, I told my guest that I'm going to be asking him about the future of solar energy and productivity and Nigeria together. But first, I want to ask you, apart from the products you have, that's the Rena Light Classic system, I want you to be specific about the services you render. Apart from the products, what are the services you and your organization render?
Okay. Yeah. So Rena Classic is a product because we built that ourselves and all. But before we started, building Rena Classic, we basically carry out some solar PV system installation service.
Yeah.
And we have partnership with trusted brands. We carry out tests a lot at the office to determine which brands of products are good for our customers, and we do designs. So we offer design services to even organizations for so when they have like a target project systems installed, they tell us what they want to power and stuff, and then we come up with the design for them, and they're able to know which components, which sizing of various components to use for the solar PV system installation. So we do solar system design and installation services. We also offer trainings, though not the kind of trainings where they pay for now. We offer free trainings. We offered one in April, and we intend to offer towards the end of the year as well. And that's just basically for the purpose of being able to ensure that other players in the market are also be able to offer quality services. Because the second question you want to ask about the future of solar, and I feel like the future of solar will be brighter when we can ensure that the quality of delivery is as high as possible. And that's what I think.
Okay. Now the future of solar, for those that they've not heard about it, or let's just pretend like they've not heard, because I know they must have seen advert, they must have seen they must have heard some discussions, they must have one way or the other. In that, how do you want to break free from the Lagos environment? I know you are in Lagos, your office is in Lagos, most of your team members are in Lagos. Have you been able to move around the other part of Nigeria?
Okay. So one thing I didn't mention initially was one of the reasons why we also developed Rena Classic, and we made it a plug and play system. It's also to be able to reach out to other parts of Nigeria. Currently, we have installations in Kano, we have installations in Abuja, we have installations in Delta State, in Ondo, Osogbo, Oyo, and I think a few other states. So basically, we wanted a system that we could easily send across that does not require any special installation. It's just like a normal generator, and you just flip the switch and connect to the house, and it starts working immediately. And that's also one of the reasons why we designed Wenalai Classic system. So let me just talk about what solar is basically. So solar is basically a system that is designed to generate electricity from the sun. So every day the sun shines, the solar panels on your roof help to convert that sun into energy that can be used to power various appliances in your home. So now the other components you install, like the Renlight Classic already embodies so many components that are required to do all the conversion, storage, and stuffs you need in order to be able to power your home. So all you just need to do is flip the switch. And another thing, the good thing about solar is that there's no maintenance to do. So during the rainy season, basically, the rain falls every day, and every time it falls, as far as the solar panel is well installed, it helps to wash off whatever dirt on the solar panels. Yeah, so the only time that you might actually have to do some little cleaning is during the dry season, when there's no rainfall, and during that time your solar panel even gets even more sun because there's no cloud cover. And so you basically, the solar PV systems are like, I don't see them like an alternative. I see them like the actual future. Solar has really evolved in the past 9 years. It was a very expensive stuff to get before, until technological advancements have helped to drop the price considerably over the years, and also improved the quality of the system. And more researches have been done to come up with even better ways to deploy it. And Nigeria as a country really needs a solution like solar. For example, a solar panel can last for over 50 years.
Wow.
50 years. And one of the things that really encouraged me into going into solar, the renewable energy industry, solar basically, is that when I was in Unilag as a student, I worked on the so first I had so much interest in solar, but I didn't even know what a solar panel looked like. So I was just walking by the faculty one day, and I saw an abandoned solar PV array with trees covering it and stuff, and I was like, wow, these are solar panels. They look like solar panels. I moved closer, I touched, I was like, wow. So I went to meet one of my lecturers, and I told him I wanted to work on those stuff that we can use them to generate power now. And
Wow.
he told me those stuff have been there for about 30 years, but he doesn't think they will still be good and stuff. And I and my colleague worked on it. We rehabilitated them, we ran tests on them, found out they were still about 80% efficient after having worked for almost 30 years. So solar panels are very durable, and they hardly actually they hardly break down under stress. They are very strong. So if you are looking for a solution that is reliable, long lasting, and would really help solve this problem we have in Nigeria with electricity, I think it's solar. And the future is really bright for it. The future is bright.
The future is bright for solar energy in Nigeria. I really don't know what we've been doing in Nigeria. Now that the news has gotten to us, it's important that we spread the news further for organizations that are yet to use this product, And also the interesting part about Rev'd, Global Limited, I find is the fact that the products are built in Nigeria. Most times one of the things that are killing Nigerians, or permit me to use that word, is the fact that we always look out for things that are outside Nigeria. The fact that you have a factory, let me use that word, you have a factory in your organization where you build this product from scratch is something that I am really impressed about. And if you're listening to us, please, I don't know what we see, what we take things as, but supporting Nigerian-made products is one of the best things that you can do. And I can testify to Rev'd Global Limited product. That's the Lights Classic.
Yeah.
One last question I would like to ask you before we move out of the studio is your contact information. Where can we reach you? I want to buy.
Okay.
Where can I reach you? And I want to ask some questions apart from those ones. What are the phone numbers?
Yeah, so you can actually get most of our contact through our website.
Okay.
So our website is www.renaworld.com. If you get there, you see all the contact details, and our chat platforms are also on the website are also very active. If you send any message through the chat boxes you have there, they'll reply you. There are also numbers on the website, phone numbers on the website you can easily call. So if you go to our website, you'd see everything you probably need.
Okay, www.renaworld.com.
Yes.
I know you are already typing that. If you're not yet, please www.renaworld.com.
Yeah, and you can also check our social media pages, like our Instagram page, our Twitter page. It's at Trainer World Ltd. At Trainer World Ltd on Twitter, at Trainer World Ltd on Instagram, and also Trainer World Global Limited on YouTube. So we are also very active on our social media platforms.
Organizations that want to maintain safe environment for employees, it's important you tap into this Nigerian-owned products by Rena World Global Limited. I want to say thank you so much, Omalaja Emmanuel, for coming to the show, and I want to really commend your organization for doing amazing work. I hope and I believe that the future is bright, as you have said, and we can be comfortable while working. We can be productive while working with your product, and at the same time, as the government is doing their bit, you're also doing your bit to create solutions to Nigerians. I want to say thank you so much for coming to the show. My name is Lawrence Itoro. I'll be taking my time out of the studio, and by next week another brand will be coming to the show. If you want to contact Rena World, you can type in www.renaworld.com, and all their contact information is definitely on their website.
Thank you, Turu.
Thank you so much. I'll see you next week on another episode of the Workplace Series Show, 13 Brands Meet Radio. My name is Lawrence Eater. I'll see you next week.
Jerusalema, ikhaya lami.